Alrighty, everybody, a happy Friday to you. It is time to dive into some first alert forecast details as we are getting on now past that 4th of July holiday. Now, even with the holiday gone, what isn't gone is the heat. So let's get into this right now. Good morning once more. I am WIS First Alert Meteorologist Tony Chiavaroli, and we're continuing to, of course, get you first alerted to all of this. Everything is going to be coming to a point today with the heat. It's coming to a peak. Today is the hottest day overall of the week, so if you think or you have thought it's already been too hot for you, obviously today will be as well. We're going to be seeing everything working to build up really in an impressive sense, and I want to make sure you're staying safe from it. So let's, of course, get you ready for this as we start you out into this morning where temperatures have been now really transitioning into more of some low 80s already, but as, of course, so we get later in the day, it's going to be upper 90s to over 100. We are really going to be seeing things getting hot. So that brings me to this point of a heat index today and tomorrow that will be around 110 degrees. The main difference, though, between today and tomorrow, we're going to have a more intense sun today. So even though we might not just be perceiving temperatures in terms of the heat index and the humidity is 110, and mixing in the sun too, you have to think about how we actually all will feel out there when you combine the three, how it could feel even more scorching of a day. And that's why this is going to end up as one of the hottest days just overall of the year so far, as opposed to Saturday even with a similar heat index. Won't necessarily be feeling as hot because you're going to lack a bit more sun later, and we could actually see some thunderstorm production. We just don't get that today. We got to still work on beating out this heat because it is going to be intense. And another reminder as we go through these temperatures to make sure you are still protecting the furry friends out there. As you take your pets out, not being on pavement, obviously a hot blacktop and asphalt, you cannot have dogs and their paws on that. It is just too hot. And sometimes, animals have a pain threshold they won't always disclose. But I'm telling you, those paw pads will burn. So you need to be protecting your pets out there. Only morning hours, getting later into the evening as well, taking them out. And grassy surfaces, just easy advice there for all pet owners to go into this stretch of time. As we go to those sweltering fields, we will be getting more weekend storm chances. Those will be welcome. It's not going to be the most welcome thing to everyone who didn't want to see storms. You have outdoor activity plans, something big outside, maybe even something such as a wedding. But the thing is, Mother Nature waits for no person, and we are going to be seeing the potential for these storms as we get later and later into tomorrow and then flaring up again on Sunday. The problem with today, and I only say a problem because it's still gorgeous out there, but the problem is just these temperatures that can't stop. Everything that gets a bit more sweltering today, and there's nothing to at least give us a break from it. Sometimes you have a bit more clouds that can filter in. Eventually you're going to build up to some rain and storms, but there's just not much of that production today. Any frontal boundaries well out towards the west still. So we just deal with a couple spotty stray showers. A storm or two can't be ruled out, but they're going to be in very isolated spots. Most of us stay just very dry and hot today. For Saturday, we start out the morning with more clouds filtering in, eventually changing to more rain and storm activity late into the day because of what's happening here. And it's going to be with an influx of moisture out of the south, coming up out of the Gulf of Mexico. All of that trying to press into the Carolinas with this system that still is working to fizzle out a bit as we get later and later into Saturday, but once more, I'm going with a 60% chance of showers and storms for the region. Some still will be staying dry, but not everyone. There's going to be a lot of spots that will finally start to pick up the pace, seeing some storms. Going into Sunday morning, not really seeing much of anything either there, but by the afternoon, boom, right back to that storm potential. So please continue to make sure you are staying weather aware from all of this heat, which you really need to take serious in the short term, but then even back to more of that rain and storm threat for the upcoming weekend. So we see all of this out. Today and tomorrow are going to be first alert weather days because of that heat stretch still hanging around, that heat indice for both days around 110, if not a little lower tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we only got to 107, 108 tomorrow, but it's still going to be a Saturday I want to make sure you're taking serious as we get that storm potential to return, continue to linger into Sunday, and then we're going to see even that more into next week. And that's a big point of reference because of how hot we're getting here between Friday and Saturday, that dome of heat over South Carolina. At least we get a bit of some relief in the way of clouds and scattered showers and storms. So need to be patient to wait to get to that. But of course, thank you so much for taking a check in with me for your first alert forecast update for the morning. It has been a pleasure. And if of course you want to get a bit more of that info from us here at WIS, you can always take a look at our website, wistv.com. Just another platform you can get more of what you need to know. And then this is also going to be another platform here on this live stream. Another shout out to what's new this morning. If you are looking for some live news updates, that's coming a little bit closer to 9 o'clock. Easy stuff for the most part, as long as of course you're checking in with us. We'd like to make sure these aren't too complicated. And I love to hear and see that other people are actually, paying attention, actually taking part in these forecast breakdowns. So thanks again. Have a happy Friday. Please be smart out there and stay cool.